And the number 6 is Doug St. John out of Auburn, Massachusetts. The number 49 is being driven this evening by Joe LeMay out of Shrewsbury. Number 2 is Dick DeRocher's 77, Lee Doobie, and the 26 is Kristen McKnight. As we already have a car very loose at the front of the field, that looks like the number 16 of Chris Bernier. As they make their way back by the stripe for the first time, the 00 of Scott Betancourt has jumped out into the lead as they go by the stripe, and he's being challenged immediately by the number 12 of Brett LeBlanc. Very fast car on the outside of the speedway takes over the lead. Number 94 on the track, that's Tony Mendoza jumping into the second spot. And then number 13, that's Sherman out there in the third spot as they pull away from the rest of the field. This time by, it looks like a battle between Mendoza and then number 12. Mendoza will take over the lead this time around. Mendoza pulling away from the number 13 of George Sherman to the outside. For that battle of third is that number 12 of Brett LeBlanc on the inside of the track, trying to make his way around the speedway is indeed the number 7 of Kurt Vigeant. And Kurt Vigeant will now take over the third spot on the speedway as he has a burst of speed coming down out of the back straightaway through the turns. Another driver coming in to let his presence be known. That's Michael LaJoy in the number 46. As that lavender-colored automobile trying to catch the number 12. We just talked about Brett LeBlanc. Going through the laps very quickly. 19 laps showing on the Budweiser Bud Light scoreboard here in our feature for the Southern New England Modifieds. Great racing all the way through the field. You see a lot of side-by-side racing back through the pack. And that's in evidence for the battle for fourth on the speedway between the 46 of LaJoy and the number 12 of Brett LeBlanc. They're battling it out for the fourth spot on the speed infield. Once again, we are going to be under green flag racing as Tony Mendoza leads him by the stripe. Big time restart by the Pro-4 Modifieds as they make their way around the speedway. Mendoza pulling away from the field. George Sherman setting off in hot pursuit. That's the number 13 automobile following Tony Mendoza around the track. The number 7 also with a great restart. Kurt Vigeant out there. Great restart by Vigeant from Spencer, Massachusetts. He's in the third spot. As they come around the track, Mendoza in the 94 setting a torrid pace out here as we try to close out our first day of racing. Southern New England Modifieds really putting on a great show here, our final feature event of the day. Top 3 drivers within feet of each other. The number 2 having some problems, that's Dick DeRochers. As we mentioned before, he was one of the top finishers early in the year, having some mechanical problems out there. Looks like he'll be sent to the infield if he can make it that far. Sherman jumping to the inside, trying to find some racing room. That's going to cost him a little bit of real estate on the track as the rest of the field dropping farther and farther behind Mendoza. Rich Savory out there from Avon, Massachusetts, currently holding on to the second spot on the speedway. If you want to go for Pro-4 Modified Racing, this might be a great car. It's got a for sale sign on the side. Very well prepared week in and week out. And as you can see, can run up there with the front of the field. We're halfway through this one, this time by. As a cross flag shown to the field for Tony Mendoza. Mendoza pulling away, making his way down the back straightaway, gaining speed to pull away even more from Savory and the 7 of Vigeant. Number 26 is a lap car out there, and you watch the field fly by. George Sherman now locked in a battle with the number 46 out there. That's Michael LaJoy in that lavender-colored 46. As another caution comes out on the track, that's the Southern New England Modifieds. They're coming back to the restart line. Mendoza picking up where he left off. 3 wide racing as they go into turn number 1. As the field starts to spread out, but no distance for Mendoza on this one. Savory chasing Mendoza around. Very, very tight. The top 3 locked together. In fact, Savory and Vigeant bumper to bumper as they make their way down the straightaway with only 10 laps showing on the scoreboard. This is going to turn out to be quite a finish as well. We've been blessed for the first 2 races with close finishes. Let's see if it holds true this time around. Mendoza, Savory, Vigeant, the number 46 of LaJoy. Your top four, and George Sherman and John Studley rounding out your top six down there. Studley and Sherman locked in quite a battle out there, as are the top two, as Savory trying to keep up with Mendoza. Looks like that car is dialed in. Car of Tony Mendoza. Tony out of Taunton, Massachusetts. Setting a tour of pace. They're going to be coming upon slow traffic towards the back of the pack. Coming down the front straightaway, they'll have to take a base of action around the number 26, driven by Kristen McKnight. Savory begins to close the gap, trying to go to the outside, just doesn't have the power to get around him on the outside. He'll have to look for some real estate somewhere else to make the pass. As he works his way around the speedway, not letting Tony Mendoza get too far out in front. Because Tony Mendoza has proven, if you're looking at an inch, he'll take about a half a lap. Looks like Savory with some power on the outside as he and Mendoza battling it out, going down the back straightaway. Mendoza with the advantage for the moment as they head into the turn. Once again, they'll come up on the back of the field. This will really test their skills of driving in traffic as the signal goes for the drivers to move over as our top four go around. That's the number 72 out there. 49. Joe LeMay out there as we have cars up in the wall. 3 laps on the board. The shootout right now for the Pro-4 Modifieds as they come out of turn number 4. The number 7 of Kurt Vigeant holding on for the moment as they come back around through the turns. Number 46 making a nice move out there. That's Michael LaJoy trying to get by. He goes to the inside as they dive into the turn. LaJoy trying to get that position away, but Vigeant slams the door on that one. John Studley with a nice restart jumps into the 3rd spot on the speedway, making their way around the track out there. The back straightaway is that number 26 of Kristen McKnight, and she'll pull it into the infield. 1 lap to go, next time by. Vigeant in the number 7. Looks like he is the man to beat. He's leading the pack around the track. Final lap of competition for the Southern New England Modifieds. Coming back towards the start finish line. Big battle side by side. Vigeant will pull off the win, followed by the number 46 automobile out there. That New England Modified feature event of the evening, and a tremendous win for Kurt. And we're going to get him over here in just a second for a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce Kurt Vigeant out there. Tremendous race here this evening, and of course, hard fought all the way. The Southern New England Modifieds putting on quite a show out here on the track. And tell us about what was going through your mind throughout this race. You were fighting all the way through the race, and then came up towards the front at the end and had to hold off quite a charge at the end by the other drivers.
First off, I want to thank my family. I couldn't have done it without them. They stood by me 150%. We struggled all year. We've been struggling for the past 3 years, but I owe this one to my family, all the family. And I owe it to my father-in-law, Bob. I want to thank Mike LaJoy for running me clean and the other gentleman that were behind me.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a tremendous race coming into the final few laps, and of course you handled yourself well at the top of the track, and of course a great defensive driving on your part.
Yeah, I was loose towards the end, but I know if I hold my line, it was going to take them a lot to get by me, and that's what I did, and here we are in victory lane.
Of course, I'm sure there's a few sponsors that you'd like to thank on your car.
Yes, most definitely. I'd like to thank Apex Builders and Snay Automotive, my mom and dad, my fiance Lynn, Du Bois Motorsports, and everyone else that's helped out with the car.